Hello, my name is Joy Smith. I'm with KGTX7. I'm here with Officer Ortega in the Lake City Police Department to further discuss on the training that the officers are being provided for people that are on the spectrum. Introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about.
Yeah, I'm Officer Jose Ortega. I'm here with the Lake City Police Department. I'm in the Public Information Office. I've been an officer here with the department almost 15 years now, and in this position for about 3 years now.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of training do your officers receive when it comes to interacting with individuals with autism that are on the spectrum?
Sure. So these days, all of our officers go through a 40-hour crisis intervention training, or CIT. Part of that training is specifically focused on recognizing and communicating with individuals that might have cognitive or developmental disabilities, which would include those with autism. And so this training really helps our officers to better understand what they might be seeing when they're encountering an individual that might have autism, whether they're on a call for service or a traffic stop or something like that.
Okay. And what are some common misunderstandings or misconceptions about autistic individuals?
So one of the biggest challenges that an officer might face is actually recognizing that they're speaking or encountering an individual with autism that might be on the spectrum. Things like their emergency lights flashing, or flashlights, or even sirens, or physical touch, or even asking maybe too many questions. So those things could become overwhelming for that individual. So once our officers recognize that what's going on, then they can adjust their approach.
Yes. What are the best practices your department follows to de-escalate situations involving someone with autism?
So definitely our officers rely heavily on their CIT training, or even furthermore their de-escalation training. They're taught active listening skills, and how to slow things down, how to communicate clearly, and reduce the stress in the situation, in the environment that they're in.
And what advice do you give to families?
So advice and is definitely something that we want to encourage families to communicate to their loved one who might have autism or be on the spectrum. It's very important to do that. So talk with them about what to expect if they encounter a police officer, whether it's during a traffic stop, or if they're lost, or if they just need some help or something like that. So also the state offers the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry, or STEER program. That's also a good program if their family member qualifies to look into to be registered into that program.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the Guardian program.
So the Guardian program is something that individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or even elderly, could be registered into. Like I said, it's furthermore to help if we come across any of these individuals just maybe lost, or in situations where there's an emergency and we're trying to identify them and they're not able to identify themselves. And so we're able to go through our database and try to identify their loved ones, so we can reach out to them and communicate with them to get them back in contact with them.
Yes.
And then something also that we want to let family members know, that if they're calling about their loved one because of a situation with their loved one, and when they're talking with dispatch, to feel free definitely to communicate that with them, that my loved one does have autism. These are maybe some triggers, so that way our dispatch can relay that to our officers, so our officers are prepared as they're coming in too.
Yes. So to an untrained eye, some behaviors associated with autism, like avoiding eye contact or repetitive movements, might look like non-compliance. How are you training officers to distinguish between the two?
So that's something that's part of our CIT training too, in just recognizing those different signs. Just because somebody appears maybe non-compliant, or that they're not listening, well, is there an underlying situation on it as well? So reminding our officers to take their time to use their active listening skills, to de-escalate situations as need be, to definitely be able to differentiate from those that are just, actively, trying to be non-compliant, or those that we might need to spend more time with in developing a different type of communication with them.
How does the department plan on measuring the success of the extra training that's being implemented?
Well, we, definitely take, like I said, every call, and we learn from every call for service. And one thing that we always emphasize to our officers is, if they met one person with autism, they met one person with autism. Not everyone is the same. So to always be mindful of that, every encounter, every situation is going to be different, or could be different. And so our goal is always to provide safety for everyone involved.
Well, thank you so much, Officer, today. It was really nice meeting you.
Thank you. Definitely. Very nice meeting you too, Joy.